Welcome to 2.5, distance between two parallel lines and distance between a point in a line. We're going to start with the steps to find the distance between two parallel lines. The first step is you identify a point on one of the lines. The best one to use is the y-intercept from the first equation. Step 2, we're going to find the slope of a perpendicular to both lines and then create an equation using the new slope and the point from step 1, your y-intercept. Step 3 is to find the point of intersection between the equation from step 2 and your second equation, your second line. And then step 4 is to find the distance between the 2 points, the points from step 1 and the point from step 3. Okay, so this is what the parallel lines will look like. We're going to actually find the distance between these two parallel lines. So our first step is to identify the y-intercept of the first equation, which is -4. So 0, -4 is our point. Step 2 is to find the perpendicular line. The perpendicular slope, you flip it, change the sign, becomes -3/2. We're going to use our y-intercept of -4 for this equation. So that's y equals -3/2 x minus 4. And then we're going to use substitution to solve for the point of intersection between 2/3 x plus 2, right, the second equation, and our new equation, -3/2 x minus 4. So we're going to set those two equal, and we're going to solve. There is an issue here, and that is that we have fractions. We don't like to add fractions if we don't have to, so what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the fraction by multiplying by the lowest common denominator, which here is 6. So we're going to multiply by 6 to get rid of the fractions. That becomes -6 or -9x minus 24 equals 4x plus 12. Okay, so I distributed the 6. Now we're going to solve for x. We're going to add 9x to the right side, or to both sides, and we're going to subtract 12 from both sides, and we get -36 equals 13x. And then we're going to divide by 13, and we'll find that x is -2.77. We're going to round to the nearest hundredth on here. We're going to substitute -2.77 back into either our second equation or our step 2 equation. I'm going to use the step 2 equation because that's easier to me. -3/2 times -2.77 minus 4. And we find that y is 0.155. And that is our point, -2.77 and 0.155. We're going to then find the distance between our 0, -4 and our new point, -2.77, 0.155. So we're going to use the distance formula. That will be 0 plus 2.77 squared plus -4 minus 0.155 squared. If we substitute that into our calculator, we will then find that the distance is 4.99. So that is distance from two lines. The next one is the steps for finding the distance between a point and a line. There's only 3 steps this time. There isn't the step of finding the y-intercept because we're given the point. So the first step is then find the equation of the line perpendicular through the given point, find the point of intersection of the two lines, and then find the distance between the 2 points. Okay, so this is what it looks like. We have a line, we have a point, and we're going to find the distance from that point to the line. So to find the distance, we start with finding the perpendicular line. We're going to use point slope form, so this is y minus 6 equals, the perpendicular slope is +4 times x minus 8. Distribute, we get 4x minus 32, and then we add 6 and we get -26. Okay, that is our new equation. We're now going to find the point of intersection by setting 4x minus 26 equal to our original equation, -1/4 x plus 2. Here we're going to multiply by 4 to get rid of the fraction, and we'll get 16x minus 104 equals -1x plus 8. We're going to solve for x by subtracting 16x from both sides and subtracting 8 from both sides and getting -17x equals -112. Dividing by -17, you should get x equals 6.59. We're now going to substitute the x back into either of our equations. I'm going to use the one from step 1. So I'm going to do 4 times 6.59 minus 26, and I find that that is 0.36. And that is my new point, 6.59 and 0.36. We're now going to find the distance between our original point 0.86 and our new point 6.59, 0.36. That's 8 minus 6.59 squared plus 6 minus 0.36 squared, and then you take the square root and you should get 5.89. That is distance between two parallel lines and the distance from a point and a line. Good luck on the practice and application.